Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's class. Today I will be teaching you how to cut blouse that you can use to wear two wrapper. So the material that I'm using George for this blouse. So I'm making blouse with two wrapper. This is the wrapper of the George. The first wrapper, then this is the second wrapper on the George. So this one, we'll be using this one for the blouse. So this is what I'm using. So with this one now, I'll be using door face for the lining. You can use door face, you can use door chest. Depends on your choice what you want. This is the material that I'm using. This is the blouse, this is the wrapper. The first wrapper and the second wrapper. So I'll be teaching you how to cut this blouse. First of all, I'm going to draft a paper so that I will use it to cut the blouse. So let's get to work. What you need your paper and your ruler. If you can draft with your free hand, fine. With your marker and tape. So let's get to work. So the first measurement I'm using here now. First of all, I will draw the first measurement I'm using here. I'm taking the bust line 9, shoulder to breast point 11, other bust I'm using in 14.5. 14 is okay. I use 14. Then the half length I'm using 18. Then the full length of the blouse I'm using 25. 1 inches for the allowance. So I'll go ahead now to connect them together. I hope you understand what I'm doing. So I'm connecting them now. Chest line, other bust measurement, the waist line, that is the half cut, then the full length measurement. So remember to add your allowance up. So I'll go ahead now and put down the basic body measurement. So the bust measurement now I'm using 41. So remember, before you mark your paper like this, remember to put your paper on fold. Put it on fold so that when you cut, you not make mistake. You put your fold. But this one now, I did not put it on fold. But if I want to cut it in the main fabric, I have to put it on fold to make sure that I will have what I want. So the waist measurement, I'm using 36, which is 9. So 36 divided by 4 give me 9. So the hip line, I'm using 44 here. I'm dividing this one is to 2. to give me so this remember, before you cut, you put out your measurements, you have to divide your bust measurement into 4. Then the waist measurement, you divide it into 4. Then your hip measurement, divide into 4. Then you get the measurement one to one before you add your allowance. So now I'll be adding 2 inches. Okay, let me put down. I hope you see what I'm doing here. Then the nipple to nipple measurement now, I'll be dividing it into 2. I will use 4. Okay. I'll be using 4 inches. Let me use 4.5. So I'll go ahead now to connect it together. Then you will come outside for the other bust. I'm removing 1 inch. Depends of what you want. Yeah, I'm removing 1 inches for the 2 sides to down. So from here, I'm come up. So I don't want the so I'm coming up with 7 inches. Okay, depends of what to what. I don't want the net to be too exposed. So I'll be coming up with 7 inches. Then I'll go ahead now and connect it like this. Then this part of the shoulder, I'm using 7.5. Okay. I'm using 8 inches for the shoulder. Then the neck. The depth of the neck, I'll be using 3.5 inches. Then the width, I'll be using 4. Then my shoulder, I'll cut down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'll go ahead now to connect my shoulder slope. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Then the neck, I'll go ahead now and connect my neck together. Then the shoulder, I'll go ahead now to connect. Then from here now, I'll connect, I'll take to tighten my chest line. I'll remove one inch for the both sides. We'll remove half inch here, half inch here. Okay. Half inch here, half inch here. Then you can number it for you not to forget. This is the bust line. This is my chest line. Here I reconnect this line now because I don't want it to be too deep. This is my chest line. This is my nipple to nipple measurement. The other bust. Waistline. Then I'll go ahead now to connect together. I hope you understand what I'm doing here. So I'll go ahead now to connect this one. Like this. Then the neck now. Don't want the neck to be too deep. I'll be replacing this place with net. Cut that by 8.5 inch. Then remember I'm removing this place now. I'll remove 2 inches here now from here. Then I'll come out here and add it to my measurement. So remember to do so. This is my measurement now. This is my measurement. Then I'll come out now to add 2 inches. This 2 inches that I'm removing here, I'm adding it back from here. Then I'll now add 1.5 as my allowance. Depends on what you want. So all I need here is just 1.5 measurement. So I will connect. Measurements. Okay. So I'll go ahead now to connect. See? So I've replaced this one now. What I'm removing, I will replace it with here. Then from here now, adjust my shoulder. That is my bust here. And from here now, I'm taking this one. This is it. So I'll come in here, remove half inch, then I'll connect to meet this. and I'll connect my. So if you have your fresh comb, you can use it to connect what you want. So I'll go ahead now to connect my. Connect it to meet each other. So that is all for now. This is, I hope you understand what I did here. So this is the front for now. So I'm done with the front now. Then I'll go ahead now to use this measurement to draft out the back. Then I'll bring it to show you. I will explain to you how I draft out the back. So for me, I come up by 1 inch to curve my. I don't want it to be straight like that. So I just want it to a little bit curve. So I will go ahead now to cut it out. You can see now I'm cutting it off. So after that, I will place this one to. I'll use this one to cut the nail fabric. So don't forget, if you are cutting it single like this, you have to fold your material so that you won't make mistake, because this one is supposed to fold it into two. So I don't have enough paper, I just want to economize my paper. So I'm taking off this one now. So this is the back. I'm going ahead now to draft the back. So the back, the same measurement. This is the chest line, the under bust. I don't really need the shoulder to breast point. This is the chest line, under bust, and then the waistline. Then from here, the 1 inches are removed for the curving. Then this is the dart. This is the normal measurement of the body. This is what I put down here. I had 1 inches for my. Anyway, I forget to add the dart allowance. So I just had 1.5 inches for my sewing. Then before I cut it for the fabric, now I have to add, because I'm removing this one from here. Now we'll take away this dart here. So I have to add 1 inch to it. You know, putting 1 inches of that to it now, so that I will not the measurement will not short. Then the back neck now, I take it the same thing with the 4 inches, the width 4 inches. They are come down by 1 inch. So for this is the zip allowance, because this one now is back. I have to add the zipper allowance. So from this one here, I have to remove this one so that the zip will not be having this will not be swelling up at the back. So that is it. That is the back. That is for all for the back. Then from the shoulder here now, the same thing what I did for the front and the front side. I have to cut that by 1 inch to slope my shoulder. So that is all for the pattern now. So I will go ahead now to cut it out so that you can use it to cut our main fabric. remember, don't forget, this very one that I'm doing now, I did not put it or fold. So because I'm trying to economize the paper. So before you start marking your own, make sure you put it or fold so that you don't make mistake. So what I did here now, this one I just give me only one side of the body. So I will see explain what I still have this what I want here. So I'll be taking off the yolk. Then that here now, I have to use something. I don't have to open it up. So I will use something to hold it down. This is how it will look like when I finally remove the dart. So I might decide to just extract the dart like this without cutting it at the back. And nevertheless, I might see open it up. So this is it. I will remove the yolk.